Welcome. It's Raphael, Mr. Tackpans, and I just want to do my daily commercial. Lately I've been doing this commercial because I have really no choice. And that's all I can do. Otherwise my master is going to hit me. I don't want to get hit. I want to cry. The Big Dipper is part of the placement on this planet. I find so many stupid little things. The original hockey teams create the Big Dipper. The Big Dipper creates the Reish. The Reish is supposed to be for luck in Hebrew and part of the Torah that they follow in the English language as Reish R, but in the Hebrew language it's some other number. In English it's the 18th letter. So they go English and Hebrew and Hebrew and English, and in between, upside down, when it comes to man, he's got to speak a little bit of French. If you want to say to begin, you put the number 2, you put the letter B, well, right away. Both of them are 2. And to begin, G-I-N, is to have some gin and tonic. So you got to start playing around now and say, okay, what's the clue in this? So we're going to back up a page. I showed you this. It's the R. See, I make the R. Here's the leg. I didn't close it in the back. Right? It also looks like a pillar bearing. If you look at it and it continues and it never stops, just like on a castle, the castles say 525252. The letter R goes 121212. It looks like a 70 with a circle on the top. Just like the SOS is 505. George, we spoke about George already. Spoke about the end date. Yes, the end date is actually, if you bring it right to the end, or the end date, let me bring you in something I just learned right now. By mistake, I ended up punching in 6776. And then I get an answer that it's 88,088 moons. Then I make a mistake, okay, by adding it up. Can you see it? Well, here. 3553. Oh, God. It's over here. 4334 is 6776. 6 and 4 is 10. 7 and 3 is 10. 7 and 3 is 10. 6 and 4 is 10. 34 and 43 is John F. Kennedy and Barack Obama, presidents right now. 37 and 73 the opposite way is 110 stories in the Twin Towers right now. The other thing about that is there's 88,000 moons. 88,088, that would be 44 and 44, but Barack Obama was supposed to be. There's 39 outs in the 7th inning stretch, and Highway 93 runs over Hoover Dam. HHD. HD, 84. 8 by 4 is 32, a round of alphabet. The other one is 8 plus 4 is 12. Total is 44. Barack Obama again. Herbert Hoover, Barack Obama. 13 presidents later, and the 31st president. The other thing is when I punched up that number, 6776, I was a little upset, because the Hebrew calendar in October is 5775, next October. I didn't say this October, I said next October. 5775 and 6776 is 1010, or 1001. 6776. 7 and 7 world, 6 and 6. So now that we have 1001, I'm a little pissed. Because I'm 7286, and that's going to surpass me. How do I break it down and get within 500 years? You understand what I'm trying to say? If my number is 7286, and the 1776 calculation comes out to 6776, that means we're off How do I figure out to get the difference? Well, what I do next, I fucking hate this camera. I can't see it properly. What I do next is I add another 1,001. 5775 and 1,001 is 6776, and 1,001 is 7777. Now we got all our sevens. Now you want to see what happens with these sevens? We take these sevens and we take away 7286 from these sevens. We end up with 491. 4 times 91, there are 4 suits in the deck of cards. The pinpoint added value from the ace to the king is 91. The word spirit is 91. If you go backward forward, it makes 191 or 911. When you bring it into the third world, you can either go 199 or you can go 911. That's the numbers it works with. We end up with 491. 4 by 91, 364, 13 moons, 364 days. The only thing that's missing on this is a day and a quarter. It works out exactly to my numbers. That time started at 7777. But the thing about 1776, okay, is it's 200. You have to understand, from 1776, which actually started just after the Boston Tea Party, and the counting of the men who were as so presidents, let me say. Now, where was I? I don't remember where I was. I hate that. The end date, the Magen David, if you take a look at the Magen David, you might see 2 X's. Imagine them 2 X's with a bar over it. There's 2 of them, 10,000 each is 20,000. There are 2 V's, but they are north and south. You cannot be both. You can go east and west, but you can't go north and south. You're up and down. It's not the same as going around. It's the way it is. So that's the world we're in. So now, the V with a line on it is an automatic, 5,000. Now we have 25,000. Now put the star key on it and crisscross the star key, passing through the 5 4 times, brings you to 25,625. Even 11, 11, 11, 11, 11, 11 will bring you to 14641. But it doesn't matter, because 1 and 4 is a quarter when it's together. Don't forget, when 1 marks on the Sanskrit, okay, and 20,000 million years later you go to read it, whose shit are you reading? Or rereading? Or who made up what? Even if there's truth, the Mayans were out there somewhere. So all these numbers fit together. Barack Obama, John F. K., 6776. Another thing about the Magen David, the sigma. They're always saying it's the sigma. In the movie Star Wars, they said it was Return of the Sith, which is 5-1-TH, which is time heaven, and 5 and 1 and 1 and 5, it's all about the golden egg, and that's the number on it. You got to understand, there's 30 eggs in a tray, 6 by 5, just like the stars on the American flag, and lines that line up, just like 6 and 7, white and red 13, just like the 7th inning stretch. We're going to keep it short and keep it at this. Don't forget about George, because he's got all the stats. From 1776 to 1998 is 222 years. The reason we stop there is because we must stop, because there's a transfer. Why is there a transfer? Because in the numbers, 999 and 999 stop in 1998. So that means the first year of the year 2000 was in 1999. The second year was in the year 2000, and the third year was 9/11. The number of days, if I can remember, I'm going to have to add them up and tell you what they are. It was 730 plus 254 equals 984 days. 16 days short of that 1,000. And the reason for that is because it's the third year. 4 days, 4 days, 4. Do you understand what I'm saying? In the leap year, there's 16 days. That's the missing part of the one spirit of 6. It's crazy, because it adds on and it takes off, and because I got to make it work out, you know. No, but that's basically the way it is, and I don't have to be right on with a lot of stuff. I really don't. I mean, I know it's in a, like I told you, the end date is October. I just had a confirmation, by the way. It went to 10/10 when I said I was right. October of next year is the dice cube. Here's the 4, and here's the 6. There's no other with 4 corners. You cannot count the 5, because now you're carrying on God. You carry on God in here. You got to the day where Spirit came in. When you change from the age of starting to lose your teeth between 4 and 5 years old, Spirit starts to come in. It knows, because you have the light energy of Spirit, the basic knowledge of a child to learn. And then it's you as the soul who wants to learn even harder. When they said in the Mayans 260 ton, well, there's 260 days in weeks in the year. Hockey's 49 games, 33 not played. Football's the 47th time of Christ. 121, 11, 11, 74, 47. The center also, when I told you about the George before in 1776, the center of the roulette is number 37. Reverse that, 3773, and it's the top floor of the Twin Towers. At the same time, okay, let me try and remember what I said. 3773 is 7337. It's the exact same thing, so that shows you now 2 Twin Towers. But there's one other thing that was missing in here that I forgot to show. You know, I've never felt sick that I thought I was going to die before. The other number was 6776. And this one was, you can say 0330 if you want. Because when you have 7s, you've already made it to that level. You don't have to count it. So if you count 7, we already know you're on the next level. Because 6 days a week, right? The 6th day or the 7th day, once you say the 7th day is the 0 day, it's like saying, I'm on go in Monopoly. The 7th day is because there is no 7th day. We repeat. 52 days a year are repeated on Saturday. So that would mean 365 minus 52 equals 313 days. Again, if you watch any of my videos, and it's the 13th minute now, that's funny. It's going to be 13 minutes and 13 seconds and 2 seconds and 1 second. Boom. I've been talking about the 13. So now it shows 313 days a year, which would be 10 months times 28 days is 280. It'd be plus 1 month times 28 days is 308 plus 5 days. TH, TH, ETH with a J. Wow. Jacinthe. I don't know what that means, but I've seen it before. Anyways, I don't want to ramble on. We used 4334, which came out of 6776. But there's other ways to get there. I'm not happy with the way I got there. I showed you. 777. Take away 7286, leaves you at 491. But there's another missing piece, and I was telling you, man, October of next year. Wow. What would that be? 273 days, 253 days, 253. 253 days plus 365 days. Still 600 days away. So much. I'm making a prediction. In 600 days, I know one thing. I'm going to probably have to go make a pee-pee on that day. I know there's going to be people walking around on that day, because if they're not, no one's going to know anything. So these are all the simple things, like what can I say? I just know it's a final date. Things have to be wrapped up. Whatever they're trying to do, if you think they're trying to do something, well, it'll be done by that date. That's the way I can basically put it. But I think we all know something's coming on. But, I mean, like I said, if I was a normal human being at home, I wouldn't know anything. But somehow I seem to know something. I'm not quite sure what it is. Anyways, let's leave it at that. 7777 was the countdown. So yes, we talked about the 222 years. Now they change a date. They put George Washington in 1789. And his birthday comes up and they make it a national holiday 222 years later. Is the 14th year, 2014. Not only that, George Washington's birthday, if I remember, is it in the month of February, near the end, but I'm going to take the whole month and throw the whole month out. March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October. All of March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October. September, 7 months from that date is the end date. Why? Because it's the month of Tishrei. I say it's shithead. It's October, November. It's Shabbat, or it's Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur. That's the months it ends up in. It just works out so perfect. But I wanted to do a 2-minute video, and I keep repeating the same thing over and over and over and over again. And tomorrow I think I'm going to change the score and work on something a little bit different. But I'm always trying to perfect it and get it done in 5 minutes, but it hasn't worked yet. Thank you.